Welcome to the Daily West Ham News with Jazz. Right, so let's get on with it. So obviously everyone knows that, another disappointing display in the league. A resounding 3-0 defeat to Manchester United. Obviously looking at the news, the transfer window has closed. Ben Rama, 4 hours have gone, as you know. Connor Coventry has gone. Got Kera on loan. Phillips has come in on loan. Before going to what news has filtered from out the game and this morning, looking at the game, obviously, just want to apologise about the quality of the sound from Matt yesterday. Mexico, I'll have a word with him. There's always issues going on, but apologies about that. I wanted to do another show after, so I kind of cover one or two things right now in this show, I think, from that game, summarising that it is what it is. We know what our squad is, right? We haven't got striker for one reason or another. We didn't make any improvements to bring in people on the left wing. I personally want a Madison type number 10 in the team who can play alongside Paqueta, not instead of Paqueta. So if Paqueta isn't kind of in the team due to injury, that means we don't have any creativity. As you know, we don't have any creativity. You don't have anyone to finish the chances in terms of a striker in the games that really matter, right? So this is the business end of the season. When you're playing Man United, who are in and around you, it's going to be a tight game for a long time. And when the chances come, which perhaps won't be many, you've got to put it away. And that means the DNA of a striker that we've always mentioned, right? And that's what happened in this game. And that's kind of what it is. I mean, formation I didn't have a lot of issue with, because as the game started, up to the point where Man United scored, we were the better team. We were looking comfortable. It looked like we were holding onto the ball a lot more than we do. We had people in the right channels, a lot of width. That was the main thing for me. A lot of width, a lot of overlapping. But then still, the cherry on the cake, the striker just wasn't there. And the chances that fell, as an example, to Emerson, it's always going to be that. He's a fullback. He ain't going to be able to finish more often than not. Their goal came, like I said, against the run of play. Went to their striker, bang, it's a goal, right? And then after that, we weren't quite in the game and, lost 3-0. And that's that. And, the fan base split amongst with the Moyes things getting worse. We're kind of seventh now. Got Arsenal coming up. It's not getting any easier. Paqueta's training now, I think, is getting back slowly. Antonio shouldn't be too far away. Should be back this month, maybe at some point. And that's all we can do, isn't it? We've got nothing else to look forward to. So let me just go into a bit of the news coming away from it. David Moyes again was quite kind of defensive and said we've been on a good run. There wasn't much in there, and on another day the goals will come. On another day, it's the current squad that's kind of got us into the top six. They're the ones who've scored all the goals. So as far as he's concerned, he's got no issues with the squad. He's got no issues with these kind of performances. He said, just be patient and the goals will come. The performances will come. In terms of trying to buy a transfer, just a very quick brief reply last week, wasn't it, in the press conference saying, we tried, just didn't happen for one reason or another. Let's move on to some other point. That's it. That's the way he wants to tackle it. That's kind of fine. Sean Whetstone, half the Claret and Hugh website guy, Sean. I met him a couple of times. Good lad. He's got contacts with Karen Brady, Sullivan. Maintains a lot of information in sources, and I think on his Twitter account he put in a survey, a poll that would you renew your season ticket if David Moyes remained, and I think 57% said they wouldn't. That's quite interesting. 43% said they would. But all the groups that I'm on, and I'm not saying that's the majority, I still think the majority of the fans, they don't watch YouTube channels, they don't go online Twitter, they don't take part in polls, as an example. That kind of thing. So by no means it's not the majority, but the people that are online, that are watch YouTube channels, are part of this media circus or whatever. Yeah, 57% said that they wouldn't renew. So that's kind of interesting from there. A couple of baffling statements, like I said, which is pretty normal with David Moyes. Calvin Phillips is getting a lot of pelters, isn't it? It's obvious that he's a bit lost, bit slow, bit all over the place, and I just want to say we'll see what happens with that. He was a very, very good player before. We believe he will still be a good player at some point. But the focus on him is quite harsh now because we didn't bring anyone else in the window. If we had brought a striker in, brought in a left winger, maybe one other player, then he would just be one of 3-4 signings. And if it didn't work out for him, it's fine because the focus is on a striker a lot and left winger. But the problem is he's the only one that come in, and obviously more or less rightly so, fans are saying we didn't really need him above a striker or a left winger or even maybe a fullback cover. And then he's been put in again because he's a Phillips, David Moyes signing. He's been put in straight away, which is unlike Moyes. If we buy a striker or an attacking player, more often than not, it's probably not David Moyes' first choice, and he takes ages bringing them in. But because Phillips is a player he's been tracking for ages, he's a CDM. David Moyes loves defenders. He loves CDMs. He would play 11 CDMs in his team if he could help it. He put him in straight away without checking. And now, having said that, he's saying, I don't know, he needs a little bit of a time. We'll see what happens, and we'll help him get more game time and get back to his level, which again is a bit weird. I mean, I suppose you can't win that argument. If David Moyes didn't put Kevin Phillips in any minutes, and we've seen the results at Bournemouth, and kind of yesterday, then a lot of fans would have said, why didn't you use him? And he's used him, and it's 2 mistakes, 2 goals. It doesn't look good. So that's kind of David Moyes' baffling comments, saying not sure if he's ready, but then why did he put him in? It's very unlike kind of David Moyes, really. The other thing that's coming out is kind of, where is he? Let me just have a look quickly. Hang on a minute. There we go. Where's it gone? Yeah. So Danny Murphy, pundit Danny Murphy of ex-Liverpool, Fulham, Spurs fame, has picked up a really poor moment for Emerson, probably for a lot of people, not a very good game. Could be his worst game of the season, actually. That when he had that chance, that really, really good chance, and he just couldn't put it away, put it over the bar. He was quite slow in getting back defending, and that's when they made it 2-0 when Garnacho scored. And Emerson was probably the closest defender to him and didn't really make that much of an effort to close him down, which led to the second goal. So, yeah, Danny Murphy just having a go at Emerson for not getting back as quickly as he should have and not complaining that he was tired, that kind of thing. Kurt Zouma just saying the obvious that we're missing Antonio and Paqueta. It'd be good to get them back. That's kind of what he's saying. Agerd, he's in my thumbnail. Mate, since Antonio's been injured, I've vented all my frustration on Agerd, and I don't know what to do with him. He was kind of involved a little bit at fault for 2 of the goals. I think the third goal's a deflection, I think, isn't it? First goal is bad because I do understand Zuma's header went straight back to Man United, but then when the Man United striker's kind of near to getting the ball, Agerd is kind of close to him, but the turn or the movement that the Man United striker does leaves Agerd for dead once again, and it was managed to sort of, leave him behind and get that shot in and score, really. So, again, Agerd is millions of miles away from being an average defender, anything above that. He's kind of too slow. Just can't do anything in terms of defending. I think David Moyes has mentioned him a little bit, saying he's only had 18, 19 months of playing in the Premiership. He needs more time to settle down. He's going to be 28, 29, or he's going to be 29 next birthday. I'm thinking, where the hell's he been all his life? I mean, he's only been with us a year and a half, so I don't know if he's that great. Why didn't someone else pick him up earlier on? And looks like we've made a mistake forking out over 30 million for him. It's just really, really poor. Moyes said he put him in because he likes the left foot, right foot combination. And you'd like to think that the goalkeeper speaks French, Zouma speaks French. It's French. It might make a bit of a difference in communication, how they get on off the pitch, helps on the pitch bonding, all that shit. But I don't think Zuma's too impressed with him. He gave him a couple of stares yesterday when those mistakes were coming in thick and thin, really. So Agurdi's the one. Yeah, he just looks shit as anything. And a lot of you felt sorry for Mavropoulos, saying he kind of was okay last couple of games and he's been dropped. This lad's come in and he's fucking involved in all the goals again, you know. So those are kind of the main talking points. The final point, again, probably the final time I will talk about the kind of winter transfer window, shall I say, is very frustrating how Broja has kind of ended up at Fulham. Really, really cheap deal. We could have done with him, really. And kind of Ben Brereton Diaz, who's gone to Sheffield United and got off to an amazing start, hit the ground running, got 2 goals in the first 2 games, including one in our game, plays in that left wing position, everyone. So you got 2 players where Broja is a truly, truly Man United, David Moyes type target man. And then you've got a left winger in Ben Brereton Diaz who can cut in and play like a striker as well. And he's on a really good, reasonably priced loan sort of transfer with Sheffield United. So I don't know what the fuck we're doing. We've been linked with these 2. Well, Diaz probably not as much as Broja. And then Moyes is just getting more and more negative, saying, I'm not sure, he's gone off the boil a bit. I'm like, fucking hell, mate. Seriously. I mean, Kevin Phillips is hardly playing, so why go for him and then not go for Broja? I don't understand him, but yeah, I'm pretty pissed off at that, how we didn't get anywhere near getting those deals done, and we were wasting time in fucking Dubai and Denmark going up a blind alleyway. It really pisses me off. And the really good ages, Broja's like, he was in my daughter's class at primary school around Slough, so he's only 22, around 22. And then you've obviously got Ben Brereton Diaz. He's only 24. So you know that we need these young type of players in our aging squad, and they would have given us a lot of energy that you need in this final sort of business end of the season, really. And instead, it's looking flat. Kevin Phillips hasn't really brought the spark that we thought he might, and it's not looking good. And we're just relying on Antonio coming back, and out of form, and aged 33-year-old Antonio. Only striker option. Mabuma's not going to get a game. Cornet's got dropped again. You know, he scored against Sheffield United. He's been dropped again. It's the fucking same shit again. And yeah, I'm just depressed. Not really looking forward to any of the games. Got Arsenal next, who I can't stand Arsenal. You saw the circus celebrations from Arteta acting like a prick, running up and down the touchline like a knob. And Arsenal was still there like half an hour after the game finished, doing a lap of honour, the fucking knobs. And when Man City win all their games and had Arsenal are third, what a fucking joke of a club. But that's me. That's the wrap up from the Daily West Ham News, everyone. We're back with the more shows in the coming days. So take care. Have a good Monday. And yeah, we'll keep in touch soon. Take care. Come on, you irons.